Hello everyone and welcome back to our top 10 Android apps of the month series. This is the end of the year and we are going to round it off with a couple of interesting apps that you really want to check out. So without further ado, let's get started. The first app on our list is PowerLine. PowerLine is an Android app that will show you helpful statistics about your Android phone in a non-intrusive manner. You can see right now it's showing the battery stat as a line on the top of the status bar. You can add more indicators by hitting the floating action button below and also unlock the PowerLine Pro mode to have more than 2 indicators on the screen. I'll hit the fab to add a new indicator. Let's choose memory, and here as you can see I can add customizations to differentiate between the two different indicators shown on the status bar. So I can increase the line thickness. I can also change the position of the indicator, have the color modified to something else, and mess around with the transparency value. Well, what I've shown here isn't really the best setup, but you can see where you can go with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete the memory option here and add the battery indicator as a default. And you can already see that I'm able to see the indicator of my battery percentage remaining on the status bar without it taking all of my attention. If you want a simple way to monitor some important vitals about your phone, you definitely should check this one out. Next app is for all the photography enthusiasts out there. It's called Portray and it uses style transfer to make your images look like a watercolor painting. I'm just gonna go ahead and pick an image that I have in my gallery here. And then all that I need to do is bring the face inside the frame. Once done, let's hit OK, and you can see that it's applying the style transfer filters that's available within the app. It has a bunch of them. Some of them are pre-downloaded, others you have to download on your own. You can mess around with the area of application and the strength of the filter, or go ahead and apply a totally different filter altogether. I'm happy with how it looks. So now that I'm done, I can go ahead and basically save this to my camera roll or share it directly to Instagram or Facebook. Not sure where the watercolor version of Nicolas Cage might come helpful, but it's still a really cool app to up your social media game. Check it out using the link in the description below. Next up, we have the popular HQ Trivia app, which took over the iOS world by storm early last month. HQ Trivia announced their Android version recently last week, and it just hit the Play Store. You can head over into the app and start playing for real prize money. The app is basically a live quiz where people have to answer a series of 12 difficult questions for a chance to win or split the prize. The premise of the game is pretty simple. It's just like a live TV show, with the difference being that you are the player sitting right at the comfort of your couch. You'll be presented questions on cards where you have to answer them. Every correct attempt progresses you to the next question, and if you answer one question incorrectly, you're eliminated. Unless you have a life though, which you can use one per game. So if you're a brainiac and love quizzing and want to win some cash, definitely give this one a shot. Head over to their Play Store listing using the link in the description below. Up next, we have a homegrown version of the HQ Trivia app, and it's called Showtime. Showtime is basically another trivia game which is built right here in India. So if you've been sad about the fact that you can't play HQ Trivia here in India, which by the way you can now, you can definitely try Showtime out. Showtime is basically based on the idea of HQ Trivia, where you have to answer a series of 10 questions for a chance to win or split the prize money in Indian rupees. Agreed that the prize money that they offer right now is really low, but that's increasing every passing week. So if you want to play a more Indian version of a trivia quiz, definitely give Showtime a try. Use the link in the description below to download the app. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum were all the hype in 2017. Well, at least the later part anyway. If you are a person who's invested in cryptocurrency, or even if you're just interested in gauging the momentum, this next app is for you. It's called Delta, and it is basically a portfolio app for all your cryptocurrency purchases. You can go ahead into the app and add a purchase based on the exchange you bought it from. Then I have to enter the buying price, amount, and the date and time of purchase. Once that's done, you can basically have a quick glance at how your portfolio is doing using the helpful cards below. The app also has a watch list feature where you can add different altcoins onto your list. I'm gonna go ahead and add Cardano here. And once it's added, you can basically have a glanceable insight at how those coins are doing in the market. Cryptocurrency and blockchain will take over the world in a fairly short period of time, so it only makes sense to watch the space. Head over to the link in the description to try this one out. This next app will help a lot of you web developers and DevOps people out there. If you are one of those people who's running a critical business on their server, it's quite likely that you want to check the vitals every now and then. Well, on a smartphone, it wasn't really that simple until this app came into picture. It's called Juice SSH, and it'll basically allow you to SSH into your server directly and even issue commands. You can manage your connections by going into the connection settings and adding a new connection. You can even install plugins and other third-party extensions into the app and unlock more of those in the Pro features. I'm gonna go ahead and try connecting to my own server right here. And now basically I have a console where I can enter all of those commands that I normally enter using the terminal app on my Mac. I'm gonna go ahead and list out my file system. Let's clear the console off, and you can see that I can issue most of the Linux commands out there. Agreed that this is not the most intuitive way of accessing your server, but when you're on the go, this is probably your best shot. Head over to the link in the description to check this one out. This next app is basically for all the designers out there. Smartphone displays are getting better and better every year with a wider color gamut and extremely high resolution. Sometimes while using your smartphone, you might have come across a swatch of colors that you really like and would want to use in your future project. While you could do that by extracting a screenshot of the app and then migrating it off to your computer, that was not really that intuitive. This is where Pixlr comes in. Pixlr is an Android app which basically is like a color picker. You click on the app and it opens up as a color picker handle. You can move it around on your screen and it will basically give you the readings in real time. It stays up as an overlay and you can go into the app and turn it off. Within the app, there's not really much you can do apart from unlocking the Pro version by eliminating the ads and having a color wheel to pick colors up manually. It's a really lightweight app and it does what it claims. So if you're a designer on the lookout of an app that can manage your swatches, definitely check this one out. Next up, we have an application that will probably help you out with learning stuff in a quicker way. It's called Tiny Cards and it's by Duolingo, the folks that have already mastered the art of language learning. Tiny Cards take a flashcards approach to learning anything and everything that you can think of, probably targeted at a more younger audience, but I still find it useful for learning day-to-day general facts. You can check out the trending topics on the trending section below and pick up a series that you are interested in. Once that's done, it's basically going to give you lessons where you can memorize stuff. After a couple of lessons, it's going to give you questions to see if you retain what you learned. And in case you do not manage to learn what you just saw, it's gonna repeat that card out for you. It's a playful little app which I feel takes a whole new approach at learning something new. Head over to the link in the description to check this one out. Next up, we have a really cool app for all the musicians out there. If you happen to be a guitarist, you know that carrying a tuner with you is an added extra expense. Well, the folks over at Fender, who are one of the most popular guitar manufacturers, have come up with a tuning app called Fender T. You basically launch the app, place it next to your guitar, and start plucking the strings to tune it out. The app will also allow you to do manual tuning if you are a seasoned professional, and it also allows you helpful tips based on your instrument. The app is free of cost and can be downloaded from the Play Store using the link below. Last but not the least, we have Crypto. While Delta was an app which mostly let you check out how your portfolio of coins were doing, Hey Crypto takes a more well-rounded approach. It not only shows you your portfolio, you can also have a watch list, check out different coins and different price points, check out the arbitrage rate, and even check out some news about the crypto market going on. The app is fairly well rounded and it gives you helpful alerts whenever there's something new happening in the crypto community. You can check out different charts to gauge how a cryptocurrency is doing, and to unlock more fine grained details, you can always go ahead and try a monthly subscription. The app adheres to the material design guidelines, and it isn't really that complex to figure out what's going on. So, if you've been thinking about getting into the cryptocurrency ecosystem or just interested in finding out how these things work, Hey Crypto is definitely the app for you. Alright, folks, that's all we have for you this month. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss out on the upcoming content we have. Wishing you all a very happy new year. This is me, Pratik, signing off on behalf of the Tech Leela team.